Hi, I'm Todd Wente, and this is the Daily 180, 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action and make progress in your life. This is episode 280 of the Daily 281. And today we're going to be starting a new series. We're going to work through some D words that are connected with success. Today, the first word that I want to talk about is the word discover. You know, a lot of times in our lives, when we go through different kinds of experiences, we go through them and we identify them as successes or failures. We talk about whether or not we got what we were looking for or we didn't. Sometimes I've found in my life that I am much better off identifying them as a discovery. Give you a case in point. There was a time that I was getting started in cycling, and I was deciding that I was going to do a 100-mile ride. It's called a Century, Organized Century, and they are, for many cyclists, they are the pinnacle. They're like a marathon of the cycling world. And so when you find someone who's done lots of centuries, yeah, they're doing something pretty good. As I went through and started getting prepared for my century, I thought I was in pretty good shape. I thought I was pretty well prepared. And I got to the day of the first century, and I had nothing but problems. I had significant cramps as I started to get to the later parts of the ride. I could not maintain any speed. Basically, by the time I was done, I had 14 miles left to make a full 100, and I couldn't do it. I had to cut off a 14-mile loop and come in, and I came in. I was almost the last person to finish. And when I came in, they moved me over to one of the massage tents because I could not walk. When I would try and move my leg to walk in a natural fashion, I would get a cramp in one part of my leg, and then when I would straighten it out to try and get rid of the cramp, I would get a cramp in another part of my leg. So I had opposing cramps going on my legs. When they started working me over, the massage therapist said, "You've got opposing cramps in your legs are pulling, your muscles are pulling away from the bone. Do you know how stupid that is?" And I'm like, "No, I really don't. I had no clue." I was like, I just tried to do a 100-mile bike ride. I discovered some things along the way. It could have been labeled as a failure because I didn't finish. It could have been labeled as a success because I pushed through and I got there. In this case, really, it was neither. I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't do it the way that I wanted. And while I did finish, it certainly wasn't the way that I wanted to. It couldn't really be a success or a failure. But it was a huge discovery. I discovered that I could do tremendously difficult physical things. I also discovered that inside myself, I had the mental reserves to push my body to extreme limits. And the last thing that I discovered was that there are certain key things that I can do on a race day that I would never do on a normal day that make all the difference between my ability to be able to be successful or not. Looking at things that happen to us in terms of discovery, whether they were success or failure, can sometimes give us the ability and the information we need to do more things in the future even better. Hope this has been useful. If it has, give us a thumbs up, give us a share. We'd love to have you subscribe and join the journey. In the meantime, my name is Todd Wente. This has been the Daily 180. Go forth and conquer. We'll see you next time.